So I would fold my bottom blanket up, but Molly's really comfortable, so I'm just gonna leave her there. You can come to a comfortable seat. You wanna have 2 blankets for this class, and this one you can fold up as high as you want to, just to support your seat. I'm gonna start kneeling, but you can also crisscross applesauce or whatever's comfortable for you to start. Once you find a comfortable seat, see if you can pull the upper body back slightly. Sit back into your sit bones a bit more. Stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Softening the shoulders back and down. The hands rest gently in the lap. You can soften your gaze in front of you or even close your eyes. And just pause for a moment. Notice the stillness of your body and the natural flow of the breath. Make any minor adjustments here just to get a little more comfortable. Maybe you shift your hand position or roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin slightly, growing the neck a little bit longer. With each inhale, see if you can grow a little bit taller. And on your exhale, the shoulders soften down away from the ears. Take a few more breaths like this, really tuning into your body and your mind. Now that you're in this present moment, notice any sensations that you're feeling. Notice the different temperatures, the different parts of your body. And we'll start to invite some movement into the neck and shoulders. And keep the eyes closed as you hug the chin towards the chest, keeping the collarbones broad, the shoulders back. Inhale the right ear towards the right shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Inhale, left. And exhale, down. And keep going at the pace of your breath. Maybe you notice a place where you need to pause, hover, to get that stretch that feels really good down the side of the neck. Take 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. And your right hand to your left shoulder. You'll start to draw your chin towards your right shoulder. Maybe you'll start to feel a stretch in the front and side of the left side of the neck. Keeping the shoulders back and down. And to get a little bit of a deeper stretch here, you can bring the back of the left palm to the lower back. So you're just wrapping the left arm behind you. And take a few breaths here into the left side of the neck, stretching your sternocleidomastoid muscle. It's a really large muscle that connects the back of the skull to the front clavicle. And slowly start to release this stretch, moving at snail pace, unwinding the arms, bringing them back to your lap and slowly guiding the chin down towards your chest. And take a few more breaths left and right here, just creating a little bit more movement in the neck before we do the other side. And then when you're ready, bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder. Your left hand comes to the right shoulder. Drawing your chin towards the left shoulder. And wrapping the right arm back around behind you. Wherever you are, the chin is towards your left shoulder. Your right shoulder is back and down, away from the right ear, just getting that stretch in the right side of the neck. Breathe into this stretch, not holding on to any tension, so you can find a little bit of ease. And slowly start to unwind, bringing the hands back towards your lap and drawing the chin towards your chest. And then making a couple of circles with your head. Maybe you drop your head back and down, opening up the front of the throat, stretching all sides of the neck. And then make circles in the opposite direction. And on your next inhale, drawing your head back up to a neutral position. So if you're seated with your legs crossed in front of you, go ahead and come onto your shins. I'm going to remove this blanket from underneath my seat. Try to maneuver around Molly too, I guess. We're going to get a stretch in the side of the body while also kind of dancing through the posture. So you're going to bring your left hand out to the left side, swinging your right arm up and over your ear, and then your right leg is going to swing out to the side, pressing the outer edge of the right foot down, reaching the right fingertips up and over. And then as you come out of this, you can swing your right arm forward, right leg back, coming back into that kneeling position. And going to the right side, you'll bring the right arm out to the side, left arm and left leg reach away from each other. Breathing in to the side of the body. On your next exhale, sweeping the left leg behind you, left arm in front of you, coming back to kneeling. So instead of being kind of robotic and like stretching out to the side, you're going to sweep the leg and the arm out, pressing the hips forward, and then come back kneeling. Left arm reaches, left leg reaches, hips forward, and back to kneeling. See if you can make this into a flow. You're waking up the legs, the hips, the shoulders, the fingertips. And this is sort of a camel variation where usually you reach back and grab the heels and press the hips forward. Here you can create a little bit of movement and still get that stretch at the front of the hips. The next time you sweep to the side, see if you can open the palm up towards the ceiling and open up the front of the chest too, reaching the shoulder blades together. And then coming back and down. You do that once to the other side, reaching the palm to face up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades come together, hips and chest are forward, and then come back to center. And then we'll shift into a tabletop position. And we'll warm up the wrists here before we do the next shoulder exercise. You can start to make circles over your wrists. So your hands are about shoulder distance apart. You don't need to completely lock the elbows, but your arms are straight. And then see if you can turn your fingertips out to the side and keep making circles over the wrists. And this might be enough of a stretch for you, or maybe you want to spin your fingertips back towards your knees. You can continue to make circles, or if you want to find a little bit of stillness, you can start to shift your hips back towards your heels. And notice any sensation that you feel in the wrists and the forearms. Really breathing into the stretch and backing off. So bringing the hips forward at any point where you're feeling a little bit overstretched. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment and pause. Notice the sensations that you're feeling. And then when you're ready, slowly start to flip the hands back around so the fingertips are pointing away from the knees. Maybe you need to shake out the wrists and fingertips. We're going to come in and do scapular push-ups. So we're going to warm up the shoulder girdle. So you're going to come into a neutral tabletop position. So the belly is slightly hugging in and the hands are pressing down into the ground. And as you press down more, the shoulder blades will grow apart, so you're rounding the upper back. And then keeping the arms straight and the back in a neutral position. See if you can drop the chest down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Pressing into the ground, shoulder blades grow apart. And then allowing the chest to come down and forward, shoulder blades come back together. And you can start to do this a little bit faster. In a neutral spine, chin is slightly tucked, so you're looking straight down at the ground between your hands. And maybe this is enough, or if you want to invite a little bit more heat into the body, you can bring the toes back, coming into plank. Just remembering to keep the heels reaching back. The spine is in a neutral position, so you're hugging the belly in towards your spine, warming up the shoulders. Take 2 more, wherever you are. And then we'll meet back in child's pose. So the legs are together, you sit the hips back towards your heels, and this time we'll bring the arms around by your sides. So your hands are by your heels, and you can bring your forehead or the side of your head to the mat, and really allow your shoulders to round forward and down towards the ground. And connect back to your breath. Allowing the arms to be heavy on the ground. Palms are open. And then you'll slowly start to roll back up, and you'll come back into tabletop and reaching the legs back, slowly lower down onto your belly. We'll do one more shoulder and upper back strengthening exercise before we move into our yin stretching postures. So we're going to come into a flying cobra, but here it's really important that you protect your lower back. So my feet are about hips distance apart and my belly is hanging on the ground. So you want to tuck the belly button in towards the spine slightly. And I'm just in a Sphinx position right now. It's a little bit easier to engage my legs. So when you do engage the muscles of your legs, hug the heels in together slightly. So you're spinning the heels in, and that should engage your legs. And then you can lower your upper body, keeping the lower body engaged. And you'll bring your arms out into like TSA arms, as if you were at the airport. And you'll press your hands into the ground, coming into a low Cobra position. So just the upper part of the chest comes off the ground, and then you'll hover your hands off the ground using the integrity of the back of the spine to hold you up. Hugging the chin slightly. And then exhale to lower down. Inhale, engage the lower body, slowly start to lift up, pressing into the hands. Hover the hands off the ground. Bringing the shoulder blades together. And exhale to lower down. We'll do this 2 more times, hugging the heels together, slowly pressing into the ground with your hands, bringing the top of the chest up off the ground, hovering the hands, keeping the spine nice and long. Exhale, lower down. One more time, engaging the lower body, lifting the upper body up, hover. Don't hold your breath, you can breathe here. Take one more deep breath. Maybe you hover a little higher, and exhale to lower back down. You can bring the backs of the arms down by your side, bending the knees so that the feet are up towards the ceiling, and windshield wiper your legs right and left. And then we'll slowly start to press back up into a seated position. So you can press back to child's pose or however you want to transition back to a seated or kneeling position. I'm going to put my blanket back under my seat since we'll be here for a moment or two. And we'll practice a couple of yin postures to get a really deep stretch into the shoulders. So we'll start with eagle arms. So crossing the right arm over the left. So you'll stack your elbows, and your elbows are going to be just below your shoulder height. And you can press the back of your palms together, or you can wind your arms around each other and press the palms together. So your fingertips aren't going to be at the same height, but maybe your can't even tell which hand is which. Your left fingertips are in your right palm. And you're sitting with a nice tall spine. Maybe you close your eyes and start to breathe into that space between the shoulder blades. And keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And slowly start to unwind the hands, the arms, the elbows. You can reach your hands back around behind you, clasping the hands, reaching the chest and heart forward. Maybe you drop the chin back, opening up the front of the throat to the front of the chest. Take a deep breath here. On your next inhale, unclasp the hands, come back to neutral, and we'll go to the opposite side. So your left elbow comes on top of the right. You're pressing the back of the palms together, or maybe you wind the arms around each other. Maybe you need to wiggle the shoulders a bit, and then find stillness. And notice if you notice a different sensation on this side than you did on the last side. Really breathing into the back body. And then slowly start to unwind the hands, the elbows. We'll come into one last stretch. So I'm turning around so you can see what I'm doing behind my back. This is called reverse prayer pose. I'll give you a modification too. So you'll bring your hands into prayer behind your back. Your fingertips point up between your shoulder blades, and then you draw your shoulders back and down. You want to press your hands into your mid to low back and your back into your hands. So drawing the belly in slightly. If you can't quite make a prayer position, you can bring your fists to touch together. And it's the same concept, drawing the shoulders back and down. The elbows are out towards the sides. And then you draw the lower belly in so that your back kind of presses into your hands as your hands press into your back. So you're opening up front of the body, broadening the collarbones, tuck the chin slightly, lengthen the back of the neck. And take a few breaths here. And on your next exhale, the hands can float down and around back to your lap, keeping the eyes closed. Pause for a moment. Notice the integrity of the spine, the back body, the muscles of the neck and the shoulders. We'll end with a collective breath. So exhaling all the air from your mouth. Inhale, start to draw the air in through your nose. Soft and slow. Grow a little taller. Take one last sip of air. And exhale, let it go. Letting the shoulders fall down away from the ears. Cover and savor this moment of stillness. Hopefully you can bring a little bit more softness and ease into the rest of your day.